What other kind of signals that are you using to reprioritize or bump things up into different tiers?
Yeah, good question. So to your point, if someone just started at that company, that's our number one indicator. Fundraising, number two. Number three would be, and this is where I can get even more granular within number three. It's just, intent data that we have from Qualified, which is coming from like 6 Sense, Clearbit, certain aspects that they've, signed up for on our own page, like our own first party data, things that they're looking around online that are, again, good buying signals that we know. That puts them very high up our list as well. Other things like user gem style searches, right? So obviously if you're coming from a customer of ours in the finance department and now you're at a new company that blends in with the new hires in general, you're like the cream of the crop, right? You're a new hire and you've used Mosaic in the past. That's our bread and butter. Outside of that, some of the other things that might not be as like real time from an intent aspect are, finance team size, growth metrics on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which again, like are very hard to pull within Salesforce. We do actually have a tool out there that I'm going to shout out called Account Aim that we just started reaching out to, and they've been able to like help us and provide a lot of that data. So I can say out of those 8,000 accounts, we want to see every single one that's grown over 20% in the last 6 months, or over 50% in the last year, and they can go out, pull that data and like flag it to us daily, which has been really helpful. 1 to 2 person finance.
What's the website?
Countaim.com. It's guys that came over from Sendoso. They were like the operations team at Sendoso. They just started this. So we've been able to work with them. They're really, really good. Tool's awesome. And again, I think like what we realized very quickly too in all of this research, and we recently got a head of finance who's been amazing and dove in with all this data and like try to create also like really good hypotheses, is the success of a BDR here at Mosaic, at least, is really closely tied to how they prioritize the accounts that they're working, which is hard to like say that's the only reason, but it does take a large chunk. Like we have the same sequences, a lot of the plays are the same, but some people were prioritizing on the wrong accounts. And again, that's also why we try to trim it down to be so focused, is that you make less mistakes. I give you 10,000 accounts. It's a lot easier to get lost in the sauce than if I give you 1,000 accounts that we have eliminated those 9,000 not great fits. But even in that 1,000, there's going to be 100 accounts that are better than the other 900. And so we're just trying to, again, eliminate and make it as cookie cutter and like spoon fed as possible to be like, Colin, these are the accounts that you want to spend time on. And you know what to say to them, and you have the playbooks to get there and which channels to use XYZ. But the prioritization of the accounts has been like the huge impact of like which BDRs are doing 200% of quota month over month for someone who's like struggling to get there.